Oh man, I feel like every one of these that I do just takes it out of me slower and slower. Let's make sure that this is hot. I love that I can't see my own fucking stream on YouTube, and this happens every time. I try to play around. I'm like, oh, maybe if I could schedule it, maybe I'll see it better. Maybe if I schedule the stream. No, of course not. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Let's see how it sounds now. Multiracial white supremacy. Okay, sounds good. At least that's what I like. Let's go to edit video and see if I could potentially. Okay, I think that's gonna work. I changed the thumbnail to Dark Magician. Not out of anything racist, because it is in fact a picture of a dark magician, that being an African American magician portraying a Yu-Gi-Oh card known as Dark Magician. What's this? File name live stream? What? Okay, all right. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed now. But this is a nice little live stream. I thought, why not? Why not? I seem to be doing this frequently on Sundays, so why not do a live stream, right? Why not do a live stream here on a Sunday and enjoy the limited time that we have here together? And by limited time, I mean in death, right? Remember that you are, in fact, a mortal being. You're not some sort of god that could live, throughout the all of eternity. You're mortal, and this stream is your reminder of that. One thing I do hate, though, is live chat. I'm not a fan of live chat. If I could, what I would do is that I would be the Hitler of live chat. Is this real right now? Why is this not okay? Because the stream on my end is being a little bit finicky. I don't know if I like that. I had a setup here before where I would sit in front of a desk and make it look at least a little bit like an actual segment. But instead, what do I have now? I just put up the phone and I'm standing up in front of it. That's pretty much my laziness when it comes to the stream. And even that, trying to simplify it as much as possible, doesn't allow me to have a nice, decent, unwavering stream, which makes me kind of upset. Look at that. Like, what is that? What is that just happened right now on the stream? Why would it do that? There's no need for it to do that. But we're here on a Sunday. There's plenty of things that have happened in the magic community, right? Because I've been perusing through Magicians Only on Facebook for quite a bit of time, and that gives me an endless amount of content that I could talk and bitch about, which is what I love, because magicians are on. When it comes to the arts, magic is really on the left end of the spectrum, right? So magic is really on the left side of the spectrum, all the way from what would be normalcy. So when it comes to magic, you could definitely find out a bunch of magic just looking at the Magicians Only subreddit. Tremendous stuff there, especially in terms of Chinese coins being racist. Um, the other one that I read was on how we could prevent misogyny in magic. I mean, these are all things that are important, I think. And as a matter of fact, right now, currently, as we speak, there's a convention going on online about about diversity in magic, which I contemplated purchasing, but I instead decided no, no, I need to save money for what could potentially be a fucking hernia operation in a month. So I'm not gonna give $100 to a magician convention on diversity. Panda21 says, "I see your beard is in fact fresh." Yeah, yeah. Let me actually tell you what I've used, because I'm very happy with it. Right, I'm extremely happy with this. Trigger warning, by the way. I've realized perusing through TikTok as much as I have, what tends to happen is that people have trigger warnings for like blades, I guess. But this is what I've been using. Right, look at that. Look at that, boys. That's what I've been using here. Fuck with me, right? Fuck with me. But this is what I've been using to get the nice lineup. I didn't line it up, I think yesterday, maybe in the morning. But once you go to these, you can't go back. So I recommend this for any virgin magician that thinks, oh, I'm just going to use a trimmer. Don't use a trimmer. All right, use one of these. You look fresh as shit. You could line yourself up. You could definitely look like a Puerto Rican with this thing. Although be careful, because I have cut myself, and you get skin flaps, which is what you don't want to get. But again, I think that my channel is a service to magicians, is in the sense of things that you should do, right? So, for example, groom yourself. This is part of that, right? Shaving, making sure that if you have a beard, it's properly groomed and conditioned. You know, you have to wash your beard, right? That's the thing you have to do that a lot of people neglect. They get these massive beards and they don't wash them. They just think that they wash themselves like your feet in the shower. That's not the way it works, my friends. Grooming is definitely a needed part of it. I put on my Instagram. I put on my Instagram an article talking about. It was from a couple years ago, but the article was talking about, speaking of misogyny, right, on how deodorant is a problem that was created to solve an issue that we didn't have, and it's misogynist in nature, right, when it comes to deodorant. And I put a nice little quip saying, obviously, this person's never been to a magic convention. And it's true, it's factual. If you go to a magic convention, there are scents that you pick up. Now, luckily, the magic conventions that I've been to have been in colder places. And as you avid fans of science know, that when it comes to colder places, your nose isn't really working as it should, right? So you don't really smell and pick up a lot of deodors, but you can, because they permeate through the cold barrier, and you could still smell them. So deodorant is definitely needed. It wasn't created to solve a problem that we didn't have. It's a problem we do have, especially us in the magic community. We need it desperately. Whatever the sprays are that they have now, like Axe and all this stuff, that's not enough. That's not enough. That's not even something you should use. That stuff's terrible. Use something that, and put a nice cologne, all right, and use deodorant, and you'll be at least better off than 97% of magicians. Oh boy, I apologize. Not COVID. Victor Blah 0415 says, Piggy here from NYC. I don't know if you're saying that you're here from NYC or if you're insinuating that I'm in NYC, because I'm not. I'm in what is the nice tip of the America's penis in Miami, Florida. Sunny Miami, Florida, where the temperature, we don't have seasons here. We don't have seasons. All we have is summer, and slightly bearable summer. When it comes to these months at the end of the year, we don't deal with coldness. As a matter of fact, when it's 70 degrees, you have the girls that come out wearing boots for 70 degrees. I've been called a bitch because when I went to Ohio, I was shaking because of how cold it was, and everyone's like, "Wow, this is normal. This is not even cold. What are you talking about? This is what we deal with on a normal basis." So in NYC, you actually see the seasons. We don't see that here, man. We don't see that. So I guess that's a good thing, maybe, because then you have to deal with snow, and I've never even dealt with the. Could you imagine? I would probably lose my mind to have to wake up and to clean the driveway from snow. My goodness. Is that storm supposed to not Miami? I imagine you meant to write hit Miami. No, no, it's not meant to hit Miami. We get enough storms. Okay, we get enough storms as it is. Did you just notice? By the way, MAGA Joe Biden in the background here. I know that I've been covering him with my person, and I just realized that I put him out here. The storm was not going to hit Miami, and I think we get enough storms. It's pretty terrible how we deal with them, because we don't deal with them unless they're a Category 6. The only time that we were here scratching our necks was a couple years ago when they said that this storm, I forgot what the name of the storm was, but it was like a Category 18 pretty much in terms of its speed, and that's what we were scared of. However, I think up to a 5, we're not even scared. Now it's gonna hit Louisiana, from my understanding, and Louisiana is like, it's like a soup bowl. So if a storm goes through there, as did Katrina in 2005, it's not good. It's not a good thing. So hopefully they've managed to take care of that since then. But from the many TikToks that I've seen, I don't think they're taking it seriously. All the TikToks that I saw said, "Hey man, dude, we gotta leave. This storm's gonna be crazy." And of course, people not caring until they close the Waffle Houses. When they close Waffle House, that's when you know shit's serious. Panda says, "I'm from the Netherlands, and it's completely different season every week at this point. Climate change is really showing its effects here the past few years." Well, every projection of Florida, even from the 50s, especially here in sunny South Florida, has projected us to be underwater. And I mean, slowly but surely that's happening. We're not underwater by any means yet. It's not like Venice, but All the projections said that by 2000 we'd be fucked, and now they're by 2050 we're fucked as well, which makes you wonder as to why the coastal real estate is as expensive as it is, considering the possibility and probability of you being underwater. I mean, look at the shoddy craftsmanship of Surfside, which was all over the news a couple weeks ago. Agreed. Fred caused flooding in western North Carolina. Several deaths from flooding in the mountains. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Well, here's the thing that I didn't realize, especially when New York had a hurricane, and everyone's like, "Oh, pray for New York." They got a category, I think, two, a couple years back, and I realized I'm here sitting in my high horse in Florida, where our building codes are ridiculous. Every house is made out of like what has to be 8 inches of concrete. So the houses are here are pretty much graded to resist category 5, 6, or whatever category numbers they've actually given it to the hurricanes. So that's us here. That's not in New York. They're not rated for hurricanes. So even a category 2 could do some damage. It could do some definite Phil Swift damage. I'm trying to remember what the name of the product is. Um, fuck, grip tape? No. What's the name of the product? Flex Seal, right? It's gonna do some Phil Swift damage because you guys are underwater. That's one of the other things I didn't understand of people in the north. You guys have basements. We can't have basements. We can't. Do we? The fact that we have underground parking is ridiculous to me because anytime it rains even a little bit, you're pretty much up to your knees, or at least me. At least me. I'm up to my knees in water. So that's gross. But yeah, that's I don't know if anybody's a conspiracy guy here, but there was some whole stuff on the creation of rain. I think they've been playing around with that in Dubai or some shit. I remember reading that somewhere a couple weeks back that they were manufacturing actual clouds to make rain. I don't know if I misread that, but that's interesting, right? That seems like something that would get all the Alex Jones people up in arms. But let's get into the actual episode, I guess. Let's get into the actual episode. I don't even know if to call it an episode or a show, right? I just talk for an hour to 2 hours about magic stuff and life in general. We haven't even started talking about magic, right? Could you imagine? We've been here for how long? 13 minutes. And I haven't even started talking about magic, my friends. Look at this. This is, I want to ask, put number one in the chat if this is gay. This is my wallet, right? Now, hear me out. Okay, before I had a pig wallet, but it was a shitty one that I bought from one of these China stores, right? And the problem with this wallet, as to why I would think that it would be gay in the middle school sense, is not that it's a pig. I like the pig, right? You see it? It's kind of boss. But the problem with it is that the brand, it's Kate Spade. Kate Spade. If you're not familiar with Kate Spade, that's a woman's brand. And here's how. Let me make sure you can't see shit here. Yeah, you can't see shit. Um, Here's how stupid I am, honestly. And I actually took some acetone. You see that? And I tried to take out the Kate Spade part. I don't know if that's in focus or not, but you see that there's a smudge there because of my stupidity. I said I don't want people to know that it's a Kate Spade, even though I tell people. When I take it out, obviously it's a wallet that stands out. So they go, "Oh man, what is that?" And the first thing that comes out of my mouth is, "Oh, it's a Kate Spade wallet." But look at that. Look at that. I put acetone to cover it out of shame, and now it highlights the Kate Spade aspect of it. This is a woman's wallet. This is a woman's wallet, but it's the only pig wallet that I saw that was decent, so I purchased that. I see some ones, but I see two ones, so I'm not as gay as I thought. I appreciate that, but I'm satisfied with that. I'm satisfied with that. Notice that it's not a magic wallet, by the way. Ask any magician that's selling a magic wallet to take out their wallet, and I can almost guarantee you it's not a magic wallet, right? If they're selling and manufacturing and making a wallet, I can almost guarantee you that if you have them take out their wallet, it's gonna be like not this, but it's gonna be something that's not a gimmick or trick wallet. I don't think I've met a magician yet that they take out their normal wallet and it's like, yeah, here, and they shoot fire out. Oh, let me go through here. It says they're making artificial rain and way more things over the world already. Michael Lawrence says Tesla technology. DKNY02138 says, "Do you still buy magic tricks, books, video tutorials? Or is it pointless since your sleight of hand has gotten so good?" I think that's a mistake if you don't, if you stop looking at what's available just because you think you're good at magic tricks. I think you should always be learning. You should definitely always be learning because you'll never know what little thing, even as minor as a different holding a deck in a different way, would inspire something else that makes it even better or makes a better idea. And you can only get that from learning. Now, as far as buying stuff, I really haven't bought anything magic related in a while. I think the last thing I'm trying to remember. Nope. I can't even tell you. It's probably something from wish.com. To be honest, I don't buy a lot of magic anymore, but I'm always kind of looking at what's in the market and seeing what it is that maybe I could gain from seeing the effect and seeing if maybe I could replicate the effect. But I haven't purchased anything in a little bit of time. I think the next thing is going to be that box, that illusionist box, which maybe if they could send me, I'll probably make another review. But this time, not hiding my face. I'll do another review of it. And I remember when that box came out, I was kind of pissed off because on the Reddit, I put the video right, and I go, "Hey guys, here's a sneak peek look at the box." I was the first person to get the box in the planet. I think second person to get the box in the planet. And people on Reddit were accusing illusionists of paying me for that fucking review. They didn't fucking pay me, all right, you fuckers. They gave me the box, all right. They got me hammered. And if I didn't like the box, I would have said it. As a matter of fact, I said the ESP cards were shit. But I remember that. So I can't wait till now when I do the next video for the How to Control Minds box, put it on Reddit, and have the same people come up and be like, "Oh, look, it's Piggy. Oh my God. He's probably getting paid by Illusionist. I can't wait to see what he has to say." I guarantee you it's not going to be negative. It's not going to be negative because I already know the stuff on it. I already know all the shit. Literally talk to the guy every fucking other day. So I know all of the stuff on it. I can tell you it's gonna be good. I can tell you it's gonna be fucking good. But I just can't wait till I get bitched at again for that. Nice tank top. You'll have a wardrobe malfunction soon. Well, my nipple. This is kind of like a low cut here, so my nipple shows. And I apologize for my fucking tubby body. Usually this would be a little bit more defined with push-ups and stuff, but I haven't worked out in a month because of a potential hernia that I've mentioned every stream. That bothers me to no avail. Hopefully, in a couple days, I'll be able to see what it is. But this tank top is very nipply. What's that nipple trick? Right? That I don't know if I could do it. Hold up. Let's see. I know you pull it, right? So you do this, and then you do this, and then you fucking pretend to remove it, and then you put it back. Is that the trick? Let me see how that looks. Right? Okay. Okay. That's okay. I guess. I remember somebody mentioning that trick, right? That Mario Lopez does. And I was thinking, oh, see what he does is that he puts a pasty on. He pretends to take off his nipple, but he puts a pasty on, right? I thought that that's what he did. No, 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 no. It's even more ingenious. He literally just pulls the skin up. Literally just pulls the skin up. It's tremendous. But I feel like I want to do that on TikTok. That might be my next TikTok video, removing my nipple and putting it back. I wonder if I'm gonna get like, cause YouTube's all crazy. So if I show my nipple, am I gonna? Oh shit, we don't know if it's a female nipple. How does YouTube differentiate with their hive mind AI that I'm a man showing my nipple, especially with the hair, maybe the beard? That they're like, oh no, it's all right. It's a man showing his nipple, so we're gonna allow this. Before PigCake advice, save your axe. You could use it to erase the pips and indices from playing cards. Yeah, yeah, you can. You could do it with a pencil eraser. A lot of people don't know this, but you could use a pencil eraser to do the same thing. You could use a magic eraser, one of those Mr. Clean magic erasers to remove it as well. You can't do it too rough because then you remove the layers of the card. The other one is acetone, but with acetone you have to be very careful because then you end up with one of these where you're trying to cover the Kate Spade logo, and instead you end up adding a smudge, which increases the likelihood of somebody going, "Is that Kate? Do you have a Kate Spade wallet? Are you a man with a Kate Spade wallet? Is that what you?" I cut it off at that. I think this is all right. right? Like having because this is kind of like unisex, right? It's different. The one thing I haven't gotten, which I've seen a lot of, and yes, this is coming from a guy who's wearing dangly earrings. Nail polish. I've seen that a lot on dudes recently. Nail colors and stuff. I don't know how I feel about that. I think my Arab side comes out and goes, no, no, I don't like that at all. And my Cuban side also comes up, where my grandmother um, raised me to raised me to have certain beliefs of humans to tell me that that's not that's not allowed. No, no. Yeah, that was great. Having a Cuban grandmother raise me. Uh, that anything that was sus, anything that happened that was sus, would be like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I think Kevin Hart has a bit on that, which is quite funny, where he talks about his kid doing something that's slightly suspicious, if you know what I mean, and he just, knocks the kid. Let's see. Hopefully, you have a speedy recovery and feel better soon. I hope so. I hope so, man. It's really has been kind of a hindrance. I hate to not work out. I hate not to walk, and I want to know what it is. If it's a tumor, I want to know what's going on with it. But it's probably a hernia. I've looked up the not the side effects. I've looked at the symptoms, and more likely than not, I think I have a hernia. John Kerry in the house, as I mentioned before, the man, the myth, the legend, the man of a thousand vaginas, John Kerry, out here killing it. Thank you again to John for letting me publish something on the Academy. I think I mentioned to you before, but again, can't tell you thank you enough for your generosity. There you go. That's the word. There are straight guys walking around with purses. I think you're okay. Well, I had the satchel for a little bit. I had the satchel. I'm looking at it now. Then I converted full time to a fanny pack. Let me see if I could bust it out here. I converted to a fanny pack. But here's the thing about the fanny pack, which I hate, again, about these children wearing it, right? Here's the thing, right? This is sometimes this is one that I use for the most part, right? This fanny pack right here. I've seen kids do this, whatever this is. What is this? What is this? What is that? What the fuck is that? This is a fanny pack, right? This is where it's meant to go, right here. This is where it's meant to go, right? Right here. It's a fanny pack, my friend. Look at how immediate I could fucking immediately access that. But then I've seen the kids word around here, and no, no, thank you. That's not how you're supposed to put it. You're supposed to put it in the fanny pack. And then my favorite part is that I was on a famously touristy street not so long ago, having cigars and coffee with Daniel, and I was wearing this fanny pack, and I was dressed like this, pretty much. I feel like that. I look like a tourist in Miami. I look like a fucking tourist. Imagine seeing this guy. You wouldn't think this guy lives here. This guy probably thinks that this is what people dress like here. But this this is how I go to places like this. So imagine, I got like stopped by a couple people that thought I was a tourist and go, "Hey man, here's some. You could get some really good discounts on coffee over here." I'm like, dude, I know the scam. I know the scam. You're gonna give me the tourist prices. Like I already know what you're gonna do. I already know that a colada is like 60 cents, but you're gonna try to sell it to me for fucking um, for 250. And I know that the cigars you buy them in bulk for 50 cents a piece. You're gonna sell them to me for $25. I know the price of cigars, Esteban. So yeah, I get confused as a tourist all the time. Let's see. John Kerry with the laughs. The laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji. Indiana Jones carried a satchel. I think this is more practical. Look at this. Look at that. Got the pig wallet inside of this. All right, close it up and I'm good to go. Right? There you go. This is practical. Again, I don't understand. Let me know. I think I'm getting old now. Honestly, I think I'm getting old because years ago I wouldn't be caught dead wearing a fanny pack. I'd think, man, that's like a grandfather thing. Now I'm like, this is cool. I'm about to buy some SO7s. Let's see if anybody knows what SO7s are. You know SO7s? They're also called the 850s. They're the New Balance, right? They're the New Balance shoes that every dad wears in Disney. But they're the sex offender sevens. And the reason they're also called 850s is because their credit scores are 850. The people that buy those shoes. So you could use them You could use those terms interchangeably. Like, oh man, my man's really killing them with the SO7s, or yo, that dude rocking them 850s, and of course 850s, in reference to their what do you call this? Their credit score, because usually they have really good credit. Have gotten mail from AARP yet? No, but here's the thing, my friend. Perusing through TikTok as much as I do, you don't have to be old to get on AARP and get their discounts on stuff. You could sign up as this guy. You could sign up as you. There's no age limit. I think maybe it's 18 and above for AARP. So I'm considering signing up. It's like $12 a year, I think, and you get discounts in like movie theaters and everywhere else. So you don't have to have a be an elderly individual to enjoy your AARP benefits. The more you know. You think that you joined a stream and you're not going to learn anything, huh? Well, you learned a lot. Mm. Have you ever considered going on tour and doing live interactive lectures? Yeah, that's my goal. Honestly, how funny is this shit, right? You have it tells you a lot. Again, not to brag or not to say that I'm humble without being humble, but let's look at Jabrisi, right? What are Jabrisi's goals and aspirations? They're all selfish, right? They're all for him. I want to do this. I want to help others with a lecture. That's my goal in life. If I could do lectures, right, and go and have a class of people, and present them a lecture, I think I'm happy. I'm very happy with my life at that point, right? That's my goal. Right now it's a little bit hard with COVID, maybe. I don't know who to reach out to and be like, hey, I'm a magician, can I lecture at your shit, you know? But I would love to do that. That's ultimately my goal stuff. My goal for this whole stuff. I'd love to go around and lecture for people and help them out doing magic. So you see the difference, right? In personality types and aspirations and goals. One selfish, one for the betterment of the community. So I love that. How come people in the U.S. always have takeaway drinks randomly in their house? Did you buy it earlier today, or did the drink spawn inside your house there? Well, here's the thing, right? Another problem this month is that I've been eating terribly. I've been eating terribly. I haven't eaten a lot terribly, but I've been eating terribly enough. So I try to eat maybe once or twice a day, just to reduce calories. But like this is awful for you. I got this maybe an hour ago. This is from McDonald's. It's a frappe, and the amount of sugar in this is god awful. But now I'm gonna drink that, and then I'm not gonna eat anything for the rest of the day. So, or try not to eat anything for the rest of the day. But yeah, no, that's called capitalism. That's called capitalism, because if you go anywhere within, I guess, a 3 to 5 mile radius, you're gonna find fast food. You're gonna find places like, McDonald's, Burger King. They're all together. They're all together and easily available and cheap. So because of that, you always have people holding a Starbucks or a Mickey D's or a Dunkin' Donuts. Very common, very prevalent here. Have you ever looked at Wes Watson on YouTube? Let's look him up. Let's look up Wes Watson. Sounds like a guy that does reviews of like pipe fittings. Like specifically reviews pipe fittings. You said Wes Watson. All right. Wes Watson. And of course, I turn dyslexic the moment I start writing text. Tremendous. Wes Watson. Penitentiary life. I don't know if I've seen this guy. God damn, he's jacked. I see, adding to the sussery of where I'm going, the first thing I notice is how swole this guy is. I haven't seen this guy, but what I have, and every thumbnail is the same. It's just him flexing his bicep, and then saying something about prison life. I've seen a lot of prison stuff. I know that the ones that I love looking at are what do you call this? Modern Rogue. Every time they do like a prison food episode, I watch the shit out of that. But I've seen a lot of guys like do tutorials on how to prepare like a prison burrito, or how to make prison ice cream or prison Laffy Taffy. And there's always interesting because they use what's given to them in a novel way. So it's always the ingenuity of a man when he's faced with limitations. It's a nice thing to think about. right? When a person is faced with limitations, what are they capable of? They're capable of anything. They'll make a pizza out of fucking bed trimmings and a coaster, you know. So it's always interesting to see that. But I haven't seen that guy in particular. He does sound like a detective. That does have some detective vibes. I think it's the Watson one at the end. He speaks the truth of life, but hard ass. I imagine that being in prison. I imagine that what he did too was probably kind of rough. He's tatted up to shit, so he probably did a lot of time. They're always interesting people. I'd love to know a couple more convicts in life because they always have the most interesting lives, the reformed ones, not the ones that are currently doing crimes. Those guys are scumbags. I'm saying about the people that are, reformed and trying to make the world a better place after being an asshole earlier on in life. Those are the ones I'd like to have a couple more friends of that nature. I was talking to one the other day, just telling me about how he used to roll around and do some stuff. But it always ends in two ways. You either reform or you die. That's it. That's pretty much it. You you literally reform. You change your life. You take it for the better and hope that that lifestyle didn't give you ailments, health ailments, and you could reform and help out others that are going in that direction and steer them in a right direction, or you die. That's pretty much it. Or you become that guy that's like, oh man, dude, Samson? Dude, Samson was crazy, man. He used to ride bikes with like his feet on the seat, man. Dude, Samson was crazy, man. Yeah, dude, it was sad when he died. Yeah, that was the only option. That was the only option. If he was the one riding on there's always a video of him like with his arm outside of a car going in a highway doing 100, and he's just there like ah. It's like yeah, you're gonna die. Like there's no other way that you could go. But if you're gonna reform, I mean, at least do the best that you can with your experience. But you know what the worst part about that is that when you're young, you don't listen. I had that problem. Everybody's gone through that problem. When you're young, you don't listen. So even if somebody literally went through the exact same problem and is going the exact same route that you are going on and is older and is experienced, you're not going to listen. It takes death. It takes something traumatic for you to want to change your stuff. And unfortunately, that's just life. Every lesson you learn from somebody perishing or something happening in life, that's what it takes when it affects you, when it actually affects you, not the possibility of affecting you. Gross. It's fucking gross, but that's just human nature, my friends. He's worth 7 million now. Oh boy, could you imagine somebody that went to prison for that long or whatever it is he did, worth 7 million? How much? Let's PigCake net worth. I think I'm worth a couple dozen dollars. Honestly, I think I'm worth a couple dozen dollars, which is okay. It's fine. Am I jealous of a fact that a former prisoner is now worth $7 million because he's reformed his life and decided to turn it around? Yeah, yeah, I guess so. But that's good. Good for him. Okay, good for him for making a positive change. Fuck. Do you use card and coin gimmicks? If so, which ones are your fave? Let's see. Let's see. Card and coin gimmicks. Well, this is I love this one. This is a fun one, right? This Mark deck by Phil Smith. This is the DMC Elites. This is a fun deck, right? It's a Mark deck of playing cards, so that's a nice one. When it comes to gimmicks and like card stuff, stuff like this, I like passive stuff, right? So this isn't necessarily, it's not something extra. If you are the type of guy that carry around cards, all right, I still want to shame you for carrying around playing cards, but at least when it comes to something like this, it's a passive gimmick, right? It's something that could help you without affecting or compromise, because you could use this for other stuff. You don't necessarily have to use this just as the mark deck. You could use this for any other trick. But oh shit, that was fucked. I don't know what that was. Either somebody dropped something or things are about to get frosty, my friend. Speaking of prison, right? Sounds like somebody dropped something. I'm hoping it's not a the my former gangmates coming back for me. Trying to get me to what's it called? I was watching Gangland years ago, trying to get blood out or trying to get what's the word when they kick you out of the gang? Martin Ramson, I'm sure you know. But yeah, I like this passive gimmicks, right? So something like this that you could still use for other things. However, when you need to use it as a mark deck, you have the capacity. You have the capacity to use it as a mark deck of playing cards. So stuff like that, John O'Toole, if you're still around, blend in with the tourists. The lecture stuff. Are you reminding me of Latin or Middle Eastern carrot top? I think you're referring to the hair, right? You're referring to the hair, but that's not really carrot top, is it? It's not really carrot top. It's just uh, what was that? Is that a two-stroke Honda Civic that somebody just decided to drive uh, unnecessarily fast down the street? I don't know if you picked that up in the mic, but this is a kind of like a biggish street in front of me, and nothing I love more than hearing just terrible, terribly tuned cars going in at unnecessary speeds on this residential street. It's tremendous. I miss you, bro. All Homo sapien. Right back at you, dog. Homo sapien to Homo sapien love. That's what I'm talking about. Latin or Middle Eastern carrot top. I'm glad that you said, well, you didn't say Latino, because had you said Latino, I would have corrected you and said, no, you better have an X at the end of that, my friend. All right, because that's what the white people tell me I need to be referring to myself as a Latinx creator. I'm a Latinx creator. I don't know if I mentioned it here, but I remember maybe 2 years ago, I got an invite from YouTube. I think I mentioned it that a YouTube sent me a letter saying, "Hey man, we saw that you put that you're Latino on your whatever for signing up for YouTube. Do you want to do an interview and potentially be part of a panel?" Yeah, I did mention this shit, but they asked me if I could do an interview with them and see if I could potentially be part of a panel to talk about how being a Latinx creator has affected my life and has been difficult because of the fact that I'm Latino. And I said no. I said yes to the interview, but in the interview they're like, "So, have you had any problems with being Latino and doing magic?" And I'm like, "No. I mean, I don't think anybody cares, honestly." They're like, "Oh yeah, okay. But has it really affected your ability to connect with an audience?" No, no, not at all. Um, I don't know how it would. Uh, you know. And then I didn't get picked for the panel. I should have said, yeah, yeah, it really has affected me. I feel like as a Latino creator, people really look at me differently. They go, he's Latino and a magician. Oh no, no, I'm not gonna look at him because, he came from a place of Latin origin. That's not cool. That's not good in my fucking non-existent head. Nobody exists like that. Nobody thinks like that. But I should have played the game and gone on the panel, and I would have been like sitting like this in a panel with a bunch of other people that have mentioned that they were also affected because of their Latin heritage. Was that the Immortal Jabrisi playing cards? What are you talking about? Immortal Jabrisi. These? Does Jabrisi have playing cards? I can't imagine Jabrisi has playing cards. That'd be nuts. He should. I mean, if he's making the $20,000 to $30,000 a gig for sure, he should be coming out with playing cards. Be honest, is Ham Radio dead? No, 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 no. Ham Radio's not dead. I wish. Honestly, I fucking wish. But we're just setting up the stuff in the background. He's getting his office sorted. I'm gonna fix my internet hopefully next month and get a way better connection. So hopefully that would increase probably the production of these streams and also ham radio. So it's not dead, unfortunately. I wish. My husband isn't a magician but loves watching you with me. Can you do a shout out to him? Dave Yan. I feel like if I say that, my furniture is gonna start levitating, right? How do you pronounce that? Devon Steinvart. Oh, Devon, like the wrestler, like Devon Dudley. That's the reference, right? That I get in my head because of my virginity. But you, my friend Devon, you made it. You have a wife. You have a wife, right? You won the game. You're seeing the winner screen right now because of that. Every magician that has a marriage, you have won. There's no way that you could compete with other people because you are better than 99% of magicians just by the fact that now you're tied to a person of either the same sex or the opposite sex legally. So the only way they could separate from you is through heartache, litigation, and a lot of paperwork. So you're better than 99% of magicians. Oh, let's see. How would you know what being Latino affects things if you don't have a control for variables? What do you mean by control for variables? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, I did have the Latino upbringing. Like I was raised by a Cuban mother and a Cuban grandmother, and they raised me not as a fucking anywhere near American. They raised me as a young Cuban boy, so I got the upbringing, you know. So I could. It's not like I can't speak from experience, um, but I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, him or the playing card picks. That's racist. That's racist, Rain. You're insinuating that that person, just because he's African American, is Jabrisi. And why do you think you're stuck at 53K subs? Because of this. Because of this, Michael. Because of this. That's why I'm stuck at 53,000 subs. Look at this stream already. The 40 minutes of this stream is why I'm stuck at 43. It takes one magician to watch a stream like this and to go, yeah, no, no, I'm good. I don't want to see the rest of this guy talk about dumb shit. So this is probably it, but it's fine. Who is that character in the background? That's MAGA Joe Biden. That's MAGA Joe Biden. My favorite person on the planet, MAGA Joe Biden. Was this black magic? Why are you naked? Am I naked? Not really naked. I'm wearing what is a topical shirt here, right? It's a Budweiser tank top. I've been wearing this nonstop because here it's 100 degrees no matter where you go. So this is my outfit. This has been my outfit. Choose your character, right? This is what I've been rocking out for the past fucking 9 months, just because it hasn't been anything less than 90 degrees at any point in Miami, Florida. Chris, my dude out here enjoying the Kanye tour. You should have enjoyed Donda dropping today on Spotify. I don't know if you're aware of that. I'm sure you are, of course. I haven't had the chance to listen to it, but I have enjoyed the back end of watching it. But I've seen your Instagram posts about attending and following Ye on his tour to being as fucking crazy as possible. It's been interesting looking at what Kanye has been doing. Why are you bald? I'm Arab, Rain. I am Arab. I'm Cuban, and I'm Arabic because my Arabic father decided to inseminate my Cuban mother. Right? All right. Let's see how that looks. Right. So my Arabic father decided to inseminate my Cuban mother. I think that looks better. Right. That's probably how it went, and I'm here. So there you go. Yes, it was inspirational. It was inspirational. I imagine. Well, how much was it? Like, how much were the tickets to that? I'm very curious because the guy's done a bunch of listening parties, not for free, I have to imagine. So he's probably made a bankroll on that, but he's probably spent a bankroll. Mm. Although I'm finding it difficult to determine the measurements of the background, so you could ask, who's taller, you or Bilbo Baggins? I'm not sure. Bilbo Baggins' height in the movies. But this, I mean, could give you a good barometer. I think this is an accurate of height cardboard cutout of Joseph Biden. If I could stand it up, this is probably the accurate height. So that lets you know. That lets you know my height in comparison to the president of the United States, who right now is rocking out a MAGA hat, ironically made in China. All right. So that is your indicator of my height. You could do your measurements, but that is that. So yeah, and why am I bald? I'm bald because of I believe my grandfather's genetics. So because of that, look at the hairline. Look at that. Look at that fucking hairline. So I blame my grandfather. His hairline was pretty much back to the crack of his ass. So I've gotten the same hairline because of that. Although I have been putting minoxidil, which I've been told is for the crown and not for the hairline. But I don't give a fraction of a fuck. I've been using it on the hairline, and it's helped. It hasn't obviously brought it forward because it needs other stuff, but I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I've grown my hair out long. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed this time where I've managed to grow my hair as long as possible, being employed to myself. Even if I was employed for somebody else, I wouldn't cut my hair. I'd be like, listen, it's part of the package, okay? What do you? Oh, Oh, you now you're. I turned it into some sort of a political spiel. Um, Tall enough to get sniffed by Biden. Am I? Let's see. Let's see how this looks. Okay. So I'm looking at my. Yeah, for sure. Right. I'm definitely. He could. Where's the penis? Oh yeah. So I'm at dick level right now with Joseph Biden. Um, Let me tell you, coming back hammered from going to various bars, and I usually put this in the kitchen. Opening the door and seeing that has changed my life several times. Um, Damn, you're as tall as a muffin. Man, that's rough. That's rough. Thank you for that. Thank you for Peter Turnering the stream. I've mentioned it before how many times Peter Turner sends me an article or sends me a TikTok or it goes, Piggy, are you okay? Are you okay? Is everything fine? And then it turns out that it sends me a video of like a midget falling over, right? Like a little person just falling over, and he goes, "Oh, I saw that you fell, and I just wanted to make sure that you were okay." Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you for that. So thank you for doing that, Satchel. Uh, Devon says, "Hey Piggy, well done on pronouncing my name and surname. 99% correct. We love you in South Africa, Cape Town. Tell my husband John O'Toole I love him." And it's funny that you. What is this? Is this a gag? Am I getting pranked right now? Am I getting pranked because your wife is on your account, but then you are on her? What's going on? Huh? Are you guys doing some sort of bit here? Am I getting pranked? Devon, South Africa, Cape Town. How is that? I've heard different things about Cape Town. I don't know if I'm trying to remember if I knew somebody from Cape Town. Maybe like an old student um, that I knew them, or they mentioned being from South Africa. No gag, that's funny. But I'm trying to remember. I've heard mixed things. I've heard some people are like, "Yeah, it's the greatest place," and then I've heard others like, "Well, I've been robbed only 10 times. I'm good. I'm fine. You just give them the stuff and hope that they don't stab you." So I don't know which side of it. I mean, it looks like a beautiful place. Have you always had the Austin Power glasses? No, no. If you look at my Instagram, I put a video of me doing the Snap deal, like in 2015. Those were the glasses I had. Could you imagine trying to find a girl with those glasses? And I had these little beady, like bitch made glasses. Just hey. So that's what I had before. Daniel says this guy's still a thing. You are one thing away from me just taking out the blue wrench. Or just banning you, just putting hide user from account by just saying some dumb shit like, "Oh, this stream needs more Daniel. This stream needs more Daniel." That's my extent of humor. That's my limit when it comes to humor. Mentioning me, mentioning me, right? Fuck. I forgot what it was the other day that I saw you on a thing, and all you said was, "Dang, this is more Daniel, more Daniel," and I wanted to honestly run over there and give you a fucking Goldberg spear. But yeah, I've always worn glasses. I've always worn glasses. So this is unfortunately the new one that I've purchased as of late. I think they're fine. I think they kind of, I guess, cater to they kind of hide this, right? So you want to have, if you have a massive forehead, you want to have glasses that are a little bit more pronounced. You don't want to have like the clear frames because then it adds to your forehead. Also, I wear a hat, which kind of hides it, but you could see the massiveness. Um, but I wanted to get some other ones. I had some hipster ones that didn't last because they were 3D printed, but I think this is a good midpoint for that. I'm trying to find the other ones. I don't know if I got these. Let's see the collection. Right? I don't even know if these still work. I got these in one of the hipster things, but most of my glasses are prescriptions. Unfortunately, I can't put f- um, lenses on this shit because it probably cost me more than my life's earnings. So I wouldn't want to do that. And also, right now, I can't see shit. I'm literally blind. This is how close. Let's see. All right, so let's test this. So the text on this, I obviously can't read it from here. So let's see how close I have to get to actually be able to read it. I can't read it yet. I can't read it yet. Now I can read it. Have you seen the Savage clip, the Randy Savage clip where he's pulling creamers out of nowhere? I emailed it to you. It probably got lost in my it probably got lost in my email. Look at that. You could see the reflection of what I'm looking at, right? The mess that I have back there. That kind of is a cool effect, right? Make sure I don't have anything incriminating there. But yeah, I haven't seen the email, but I have seen Macho Man do that, where he keeps doing the cream. You're the cream of the crop. Cream rises to the top. Ooh, yeah. Everybody has their own macho. Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah, Rip. We lost him too soon, man. We lost him too soon. Macho Man died. He just got married, and then he crashed his Jeep into a tree because he had a heart attack. Could you imagine? If there's any way for a man who lived his entire life known as Randy Macho Man Savage to go out, it would be having a heart attack and crashing your Jeep. Apparently, he was dead before the impact. Mm, fucking sad, man. Turning his life around. But he married Elizabeth. I think so, yeah. But that was also a fake one. Funny enough, I hate to be virgining about wrestling, right? Because then it adds to the, like, oh, have you ever seen a pussy? But he was married to Elizabeth, I believe. And then when they had a whole story in WWF back in the day that he marries Elizabeth, they were already divorced and separated. So when he's like, "Will you marry me?" and she's like, "Oh yeah," they were divorced. But yeah, I think at some point, or I know at some point, he was married to Miss Elizabeth, who died because of drugs. Living with Lex Luger. I was gonna say Luther. Lex Luger, another wrestler who's fucked now. He used to be this massive guy, and then now he's like all fucked in a wheelchair because of how many steroids that man injected into his person. That's enough wrestling talk. I hate to add more virginity to this, letting you guys know my interests outside of magic, especially being so bad as wrestling. Although there is a connection there, my friends, there is a massive connection between wrestling and magic, especially in, I guess, the historical sense, right? They both stem from similar origins. They both have similar mindsets. There's a brotherhood, there's a secrecy, and there is the idea of not breaking that to regular, ordinary people, as do wrestlers do with the public. I had a friend who was roommates with Macho in college, and he's as shy as he could be. Well, there's a wonderful documentary now, I think, from Vice, which is yeah, crazy to consider that Vice is making good stuff. And they go over his life and his relationship and all this stuff. And that was the idea. Yeah, he was apparently a very shy guy until the end of the 90s when he decided to make up for his shyness and do a lot of drugs and bang questionably aged women, you know, him being I forgot what age at that point, but fun life that man had. I'm sure that when he died, he had a well lived life. That's for sure. Traveling everywhere, being a wrestler in the 70s and 80s, and then dying violently by crashing your Hummer, sorry, into a tree. My goodness, if there's a way to go, it'd be that. Just no chance, right? Like a plane crash. I'd hate to be in a plane crash because it's the most delayed death of your life. Granted, plane crashes are rare and the likelihood of you being in it is not existent pretty much. But you're like, oh shit, I'm dying. And it's like 30 minutes of potential you wondering if you're going to make it out. Whereas a car crash, it's like you cannot even, it could probably happen so fast that you don't even feel it. You just, oh, all right. And now my lung is out of my body and I'm dead. So that's nuts. Dark Side of the Ring. Check out the one on Mankind. I don't think Mankind had one, did he? Did he? Maybe the Hell in a Cell one. I think that might have been Mankind. Um, Mankind. I've seen all of them. They're great. They're great even for people that don't like wrestling because they present a story about these individuals who have pretty much sacrificed their lives for what is a fake combat, predetermined combat, and they get injured and die more regularly than normal athletes that partake in real combat. Could you imagine that? Right? How many deaths have happened in UFC? I think zero. Let me look up UFC deaths. I think maybe it was two, and there was extraneous circumstances. UFC deaths. Definitely no deaths in the ring. Was how many fucking wrestlers died in the ring? Several. There are seven. Okay, so injuries, yada yada yada. I know Kimbo died, but I was outside of the ring. Nobody's died in a UFC ring. but there are 7 recorded deaths in sanctioned fights outside of UFC, right? 7. And then I want to see how many deaths caused by mixed martial arts fighting. So deaths caused by MMA, right? Well, boxing probably is dementia and CTE up the ass. I think that's gonna be a hard thing. I'm gonna have to find that and look and actually, put some effort in looking that up. But how many fucking wrestlers have died because of their lifestyle of traveling and doing fake combat, simulated combat, and they get injured at a higher rate than normal fighters who are actually doing combat and slamming each other legitimately with the intent of knocking the other person out. In wrestling, your intent is to not hurt them, and you still get fucking injured up the ass. Kimbo had bad health. Well, what's crazy is that Kimbo had that fight. I remember seeing it live with Dada 5000, who's another large black man, and Dada 5000 had 2 heart attacks in the course of that fight. He had 2 heart attacks where his heart just stopped, and they had to revive him. He was in the hospital forever, and I think Kimbo won the fight, but it was the worst fight in UFC history. And then Kimbo dies. That hey, let me tell you, man, it's rough for it's rough for what do you call this? Bernie, right? Bernie Mac. We have Patrice O'Neill for black people older than 50. It's rough. It's rough. I imagine it's the same reason why Cuban men don't make it past 55 because diet, diet and lifestyle, essentially. Yeah, Dada had no business being in there. Yeah, that was a rough one. I can't watch that because at some point he just does this and just yeets on the mat because he's having a heart attack. And Kimball's like, "Oh shit, am I gonna keep punching this man who's having a heart attack?" That's terrifying. Who you got? Jake Paul versus Woodley. Well, I'm gonna watch the fight later, legally. I'm not gonna do that legally. Fuck that. I'm not gonna pay money to watch that, but I'm gonna watch it. Here's the thing, right? Jake Paul right now is a favorite, and again, I know this isn't a topic that interests a lot of people, but I think it's interesting in culture. Woodley is a crazy puncher. Not a boxer. Obviously, he has other talents when it comes to fighting. There's no way Jake Paul could beat Tyrone Woodley. And I hate Tyrone Woodley. I hate him. He's an asshole. He's full of shit. He's had a couple fights and I'm like, oh, you're an idiot. But there's no way. Look at him compared to Jake Paul. The only way that man is losing is if he's taking a dive. That's it. And the rumors are spreading of him being broke, which I believe. Um, he really has to do the Shaq in order to people need to with money like athletes need to start looking up to Shaq and Shaquille O'Neal. Okay, so let's provide a scenario in your head, right? Let's provide a scenario in your head and look at how many things Shaq has his fucking hands in, right? Oh shit, man, I'm hungry, dude. Let me go and get some pizza from Papa John's. Shaq. Oh shit, I need a pen. Fuck. I guess I'm gonna go to my local Office Depot. Shaq. Boy, my stomach's really been hurting. I think I pulled something. Better get icy hot. Shaq. He's in everything. The guy's in everything. Real estate, fucking business. The guy's nuts. The guy's in like 1,000 things. That's how you need to be. You can't just have money and think that that's gonna last like Tyrone Woodley. Hot wings, right? I think he has another wing stuff. The guy's nuts. But Tyrone Woodley, I think, is definitely gonna kill him. If that's a legitimate fight, Tyrone Woodley is beating the shit out of Jake Paul. Out of Jake Paul! And people are like, no, you don't get it. He's been really training. Yeah, but he doesn't. He has 4 fights experience in shitty boxing matches against retards. There's no way. Shaq did a show with Penn and Teller. Yeah, I remember seeing that. That was so awkward. I've never seen a man that is less graceful than Shaq. Competitive eaters are great. What was it, that thing on TikTok and the article that's popular now that says that a study shows that if you eat a hot dog, that's 36 minutes of your life? I don't know how they managed to quantify that. So Kobayashi's fucked, right? All these like competitive eaters, is that what the case? I didn't read why. Maybe it's a combination of meats, the fats. I can't imagine a hot dog being really bad for you. Maybe the bread is excess what do you call this? Not even. What would it be bad? There's no reason why it would be bad. It's literally a combination of meats in a little fucking sleeve, congealed. There's no reason why that would be bad. But I guess people that are smarter than me came out with a thing saying it takes 35 minutes from your life. Oh, let's see. I bounced off the back B card. It bounced off the back B card. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to quantify that in language. Let's see. The foreskins and eyelids. Thank you. The foreskins and eyelids are actually playing at Churchill's today. I think that kind of data BS, maybe, but let's see. Let's look it up. Let's actually look it up before I speak out of my ass, and then people write comments on other people's streams as to my miserable life, while subsequently having miserable lives. Let's see, 35 minute. I think it's 36 minute. Let's see, 36 minute hot dog. Oh, let's see this. The actual. Let's read this. Penis. Eating a hot dog could take 30. Okay. CNN right here. CNN dropping the facts. Let me see. Let me check because the good thing about CNN is that they have a fact checker as to this. So let's see what their fact checker is. Oh, their fact checker is CNN. So it says you might want to skip the toppings on your next hot dog or skip it altogether. Health researchers in the University of Michigan have found that eating a single hot dog could take 36 minutes of your life. In their study published this month in the journal Nature Foods, researchers looked at 5,853 foods in the US diet and measured their effects in minutes of healthy life gained or lost. That's a weird way to quantify it. So they themselves came up with the index. Okay, so they came up with the index which measures mortality associated with a person's food choices. So, for example, 0.45 minutes are lost per gram of processed meat. Point minutes are gained per gram of fruit. Okay, but so they themselves made the index. But fruit has sugar. Yeah, it's natural sugar, but it's still sugar. That in large quantities is not good for you. So I think if you eat a gram of processed meat, it's better for your body than a gram of fruit. What? That's weird. Okay. Um, so it says one of the food researchers measured was a standard beef hot dog on a bun. 61 grams of processed meat resulted in the loss of 27 minutes of healthy life. But again, okay. So what's healthy life? Does that mean that you're losing 36 or 27 minutes of healthy life, and there's another quantifiable measurement of life? That's kind of a weird thing. Let's see. Consumption of foods such as nuts, legumes, seafood, fruits, and non starchy vegetables, on the other hand, have positive effects on the health, the study found. I don't know. I would think that the sugar would probably also fuck with you. The index look at foods that decrease life expectancy, but it's not as easy as trying to cancel detrimental food choices with more beneficial ones. The index is primarily there to help in selecting and using calories consumed on a daily basis to tweak a minimum of habits and to make the minimum of change to obtain maximum benefit. Okay, so that's kind of a bullshit study then, because it's based on their own index that they created, based on, uh, it's just a weird way to do it. It's kind of odd. CNN is the least biased news source, according to CNN. Yeah, that is true. One hot dog, 35 minutes. I'm proper ducked. That's fucking great. Let's see this one. It's only bad when you sit around your homies and watch you eat it. No bueno. I always rip it off. I don't eat it like that. I rip it off and bite it in chunks. You're not going to catch me lacking. You know what I mean? Um, is English your native language? Do you speak other languages? Spanish was my first language. Spanish was my first language. And I didn't speak English for the first 8 years of my life until Miss Carson taught me English. A nice elderly black woman taught me English, right? Um, and then, unfortunately, when my grandmother passed away, I stopped speaking Spanish on a regular basis. So my Spanish is terrible, but I still speak Spanish as my native language. So English technically is my secondary language, right? So look at that little factoid, fun factoid about Piggy. But my Spanish is terrible. It's like gringo. Like, let me try to read a sentence in Spanish. So let me look up that same article. I wonder if they have it in Spanish. So let's see. Let's look up CNN. I know that they probably have that because they're very inclusive. So maybe I could change the language on this. So let's see. Lan gu. Nope. Can't change the language. Wow, CNN. Not as inclusive as I thought, my friends. So let's see Univision. Let's look up an article on Univision and see if I could read that in Spanish so I could show you the terrible Spanish that I possess. All right, it's embarrassing, but you know what? I have to own it. So here it says el huracán Ida toca tierra en el Port Fourchon, al sur del Nuevo Orleans, Louisiana, como potente huracán categoría 4, indicó el Centro Nacional de Huracanes. Right? That's terrible. Se trata de uno de los sistemas más poderosos en haber tocado tierra. I can't roll my R's either, so that's another thing. Con esa categoría en la historia registrada de los Estados Unidos. That's my Spanish, right? Awful. It might as well not even be Spanish, man. It might not even be that. But I can't even run through my R's. That's the other one. I got called out the other day because I said peread, like I'm gonna go to a club and peread, which means shake your ass and twerk, and I can't roll my R's, so it doesn't sound as you know powerful as it should. But I've tried to improve it. I've tried to improve it in reading out loud in Spanish, and instead of reading stuff that I normally would read in English, such as QAnon, documentation in Spanish. But yeah, it hasn't improved. When you do an experiment, you need a control group so you can measure change against an untouched group. Fortuitous thing says, well, I think the article or the study itself is odd. They're making the index and then they're basing their results on the index that they themselves made with, stuff or qualification that they're determining. So I think it's iffy, but it definitely looks good in an article, and it's a nice collection of buzz stuff, right? Saying, hey, 35 minutes every hot dog you eat, based on stuff that we're quantifying. Let's see. Do you think your life is trash? I'm in a third world country, midnight, watching Piggy talk about hot dogs. Well, I was gonna say I'm from a fucking third world country technically. Right now, I would say Miami is the equivalent of it's the closest equivalent of a third world country in the states. So I feel you. What does that little box do around your mic? Nothing. Nothing. I bought this on Amazon to try to give myself some production value, right? On my channel, every time I do a live stream, I want to have a microphone with this on it, right? So it's like, oh look, it's a PigCake brand microphone. I just got stickers and I put this on the side, and yeah, it does nothing. I could take it off, but I don't want to because putting it on was kind of a pain in the butt. Let's see. Cool. I love seeing you talk about dumb shit. I think that's only what I talk about. I only talk about dumb shit. Piggy is the untouched group. Yes, actually. Oof, that did something there. I don't like that. Right? I think it's 100% a hernia, and it's there. I think it's here. Right? I could feel a little something there. It doesn't hurt, but it's like as I read online, a weight. Like it's not a pain, it's a weight, which is why I'm leaning towards hernia, which I can't wait to get it taken care of. You watch anime? I do not watch anime. Now you're not that bad, bro. If you were speaking it daily, you'd get it back. Yeah, maybe. I'm probably gonna put more attention to that. Mm. Every time I hear somebody talking Spanish, I'm immediately jealous, especially when it comes to their quickness, when it comes to the reading. Like the when they say words, then I'm like, oh shit, man, I never would have thought to use that word in that particular way. That is the hardest virgin I've ever seen. What does that even mean? What's the context of that? Is that a dual use MAGA hat? Dual use MAGA hat over here? Yeah, yeah. It's not the official MAGA one, but I do find it quite funny to have a Joe Biden wearing a MAGA hat, right? But why do you have a MAGA hat? Pig cake. Why do you have a MAGA hat? Nobody asked me why I have a massive Joe Biden cutout, but I get questions on comments in videos that this was in the background asking me why I have a MAGA hat, ignoring the massive Joe Biden cutout. The fuck? It's not a. It's not like I have a. It's the equivalent of having a swastika flag to some people, right? The mere sight of the red, just oh no, my eyes. Ah, I can't look at the hat. It's tremendous. Um, that frap would last longer if you took a picture of it. That's the worst part. This is it's shit. It's process. Speaking of, how many years did I take away from this? Not minutes, years did I take away from my life by partaking in that fucking mocha frappe. Oh, heart isn't erect. Okay. Is that the other one? What's the? What was it? What was I there? Oh, the MAGA. Is that a double use MAGA? But what do you mean by double dual use MAGA hat? What do you mean by dual use? I mean, it has one use as a hat, right? It has one use as a hat. I can't imagine other uses for a hat or a cap like this other than covering your head. Is there a use that I'm not familiar with for a cap? Oh, maybe like for its intended purpose, which is covering the sun, right? Unless you want to catch some Pokemon, then you gotta drop one of those and let them know, hey, I'm ready to catch some Pokemon. Right now, I'm serious. Let's see if there's anything else here that's hot. I talk about magic a lot in the stream, but I did mention perusing through the Magicians Only on Facebook and seeing the stuff that they have there. And oh boy, man, is it rough? Is it rough? I like to check it out and sort by new, right? And see what it is that people have to say here. But it's rough. Like, let's see if I could find one here. And I know, yeah, I'm being a cynic asshole by looking specifically for stuff and ignoring other stuff, right? Like, for example, this guy has a nice post about wallets. I don't talk about that, but I mentioned a post where Jabrisi comes up and says, "Look, guys, magic is dying," based on this weird website that I found. What's your guys' favorite Jack's wallet? Okay, see, like this stuff. But let me see if I could find something. Every once in a while, I'll find something here that's just, it makes me just either shake out of anger or cringe to the point where my face turns into an asshole, puckering into an asshole. Heard of the world famous Jasper Masculine? I made a video on Jasper Masculine, or Masculine, whatever it is that you want to say his name. Made a video about him called The War Magician that approximately 14 people saw. I thought it was a fun video talking about his apparent use of inflatables and all this stuff in the I forgot what war. I think it might have been World War II, maybe, or the first one. I forgot. But that was a fun video. Let's see. Drop in to say hello for the algorithm in the vague hopes of seeing some bin wangs. Can dream, can't I? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I have some bin wangs on Fleek here or on fucking whatever holster. I don't think I have them here. The fuck? That's weird, right? Some bitch might have taken it. Some bitch must have taken my bin wangs, right? I what do you call this? I put her here, and then I put a baby in her, and she's like, "Man, I really need to take a trinket to remind myself as to the tremendous coitus that I just had." And then she grabs the bin wang cards and leaves. So that's probably what happened to the bin wang cards. Switch one, my friend. Thank you for reminding me of that, Rain. Another thing, another rabbit hole that I perused and drove my two-stroke Honda Civic 2005 into is the Switch One controversy. There's a controversy there that some people are not necessarily in favor of. I didn't realize that a lot more people would be against the controversy because I thought it was glaring, but some people didn't think so. So Switch One is a switch, a very clever switch, right? Of one billet or card for another thing. It could be a bill, it could be a billet, it could be a card. And the trick is simple. You wine glass, a card, they name a card, right? And then you take the card from underneath the wine glass, you open it, and that's the card, right? But here's the thing. In reading it myself, I thought that it was a gimmick that switches the card. That's what I thought it was, Switch 1, right? The way they made it seem, at least when I first read the thing, was that it's a gimmick that switches a card. No, it's an index, and it's a Switch for 75 bucks. So people have a problem with that. That the initial way they marketed it was that it's this thing that lets you switch it, and then obviously they had a FAQ saying no, my friends, it's a thing that you have to retrieve the card from, and then it's a wonderfully invisible switch. But people were kind of pressed because it was $75 or $75. So if you look at the reviews on Penguin Magic, they're pretty much negative. Everywhere else, they're astronomically positive. But on Penguin Magic specifically, if you look up Switch One, whoa, people are shitting all over it, just saying the marketing was deceptive and all that stuff. And I found that interesting. I went through a rabbit hole, but I found that the majority of people agreed with, I think, Vanishing Ink, who's the people that produced Switch One, and they were happy with it. They were not necessarily seeing what these people were complaining about. It was obvious that it's an index. Any magician, what I read, let's see if I could find them because they're pretty fucking bad. I wanted to do a whole video on this, but I think it's too specific. Like it'd be the most specific video I would ever make. Let's see, Switch One, Switch One. Where is it? Where is it? Switch One. Oh, it has to be on the top list of shit. Let's see. I guess I'll look it up. Switch One. But there was a lot of comments here, and then a lot of going back and forth, which is what I love reading, right? When it comes to magicians, just going back and forth on shit and calling each other names. So now it's 3 stars. When I saw it before, it was 2 stars. So let's see. I'm looking at this one has 23 responses or 23 comments. So this guy says, I purchased Switch One from another retailer. Sorry. But I'm so incensed with the massive gulf between what I was expecting and what I actually got that I feel frankly deceived and need to share my experiences. The promotional video would have you believe that you are purchasing a device that would help you accomplish a visual transposition in front of the spectator. There's much made in the promos that you're getting an unfiltered performance and everything is laser focused on the change itself. That's not what you're getting. The technique is a basic technique available in several magic books. Want to make it $1 instead of a card? That's fine. It's immaterial, really, because you're not using any gimmick. Instead, what you're paying for is just a storage device that has nothing to do with the Switch itself. Heck, I'm just going to say it because you need to know. It's a wallet. You're paying $75 for wallets. Did you ever see a wallet? Okay, so this is kind of a shitty way of taking it, but a bunch of magicians here really shat on him. Some of them agreed. There's one here, I'm trying to remember, that somebody came at him really aggressively and said, listen, this is for the original reviewer. Quit magic. You don't understand magic. You don't understand what you have in your possession. You don't even know how ridiculous you sound. You're a lazy, bad magician. And if you see me at a convention, tell me so I could tell it to your face. Oh, it's Mark Calabrese that says that, which is kind of funny enough. Oh, I think Mark Calabrese, the last time I saw him, was mentioning, dissecting a joke about a magician's assistant getting cut in half on Facebook. Oh, that was rough. But yeah, so it's people going back and forth here, talking, calling each other lazy. And you know what? I kind of agree with the people that have an issue with it. I agree with it. I do think it's misleading. I do think it's a great switch. I do think it's a very nice switch. It's a brilliant one. It's not like it's not the same as other ones. It's definitely a different type of switch. But I do agree with them that it was misleading because when I saw the trailer and the promotional stuff, I'm like, oh shit, okay. I wonder how this guy's doing the switch where he could just hold it in his hand and then it switches as he picks it up. I'm like, well, what's the gimmick, right? That's kind of crazy. And then no, it turns out to be an index, 75 bucks. So it does seem to be misleading with that. So I agree with them. Now, do I agree with them wholeheartedly? Not necessarily, right? Because there is some stuff that I do think that there is merit in the retrieval device, right? From what I've seen of the actual thing itself. But it does seem a little bit, finicky for the way they marketed it initially, and they had to change it, and people actually found that they changed it, and then so it's a whole thing on that. But I don't get why Magic Mark got some really aggressive here, Really got aggressive. Let's see, very misleading. Here's your negative thing. Mark, you are a bully, and if I see you at a convention, I will come and tell it to your face. Unbelievably, the guy's allowed to share a review, and many seem to agree with him. Patrick, and then Magic Mark says, I can't wait. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's gonna happen. Whenever magicians have beef online, right? Online, this is how it is. You ready? This is how it is online. Yo, dude, I'm gonna fuck you up if I see you, dog. Yo, if I see you, I'm gonna fuck you up, dog. Say it to my face, dog. Yo, what are you doing, huh? I'm gonna fuck you up, right? And then at a convention, hey man, dude, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? Listen, it's all bygones. Let's just let bygones be bygones. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just forgive and forget, right? I get it. You have a difference, right? But we're human. We should just forgive and forget, right? Yeah, you good? Yeah, man. Hey, man, good to see you, man. I hope your family's good. That's every conflict between magicians. They're incapable of keeping their vitriol online and taking it in person. Not me. Not me. Let me tell you, my friends, I'm different. I'll be the same. I'll be the same. Oh no, dude, this is a joke. No, man, listen. All right, Jabrisi, you fuck, you bitch, accusing magicians of being pussies on your stream. If I see you, I'm gonna call you a pussy. All right, I'm not gonna go. Oh man, no, man, it's all fun and games, dude. It's not fun and games, dog. What are you talking about, man? Dude, I'm a character online, dude. It's just a joke, man. It's not really. It's a thing I do. Now, I'm gonna call you a bitch. Call you a bitch. You're looking hella lumpy today. What the fuck? Are you saying that because you know that aggravates me? I don't look lumpy today. The fuck are you talking about? Look at that. I look normal today. I was bitching about the titties today because I haven't done push-ups in a month because of my fucking hernia, which I keep mentioning. Take a shot every time I mention potential hernia. But that's magic beef, and apparently I want to see. I want to see this carry out. So whatever convention, Mark Calabrese and Patrick Torres, whatever convention they happen to go and be together at, where Patrick Torres is going to go up to Mark Calabrese and say, "Hey, okay, hold up a second. Let's think about how that's going to look like, right? Let's think of how that would potentially look like. You ready? Here's how that would look like. Let's say I'm Patrick Torres and the camera is Mark Calabrese. Hey, man, what's up, Mark? Yeah, how you doing, dude? Oh, you don't know me? Yeah, nice to meet you, bud. Yeah, Patrick Torres. Yeah, yeah, that Patrick Torres. I left a comment on the Penguin Magic review of Switch 1 by Christian Grace. Oh, now you remember me. Yeah, dude. Hey, you know what I'm doing right now? I'm telling it to your face that your opinion is incorrect on that product. And I think that it was a scam. That's that's is that what they think is gonna happen? Is that really the scenario that they think? And now I'll be Mark. You ready? I'll be Mark. Yo, man. Yo, fuck you, dude. You're fucking wrong. You're lazy, bitch. Lazy bitch. Patrick Torres. What even is that, huh? Patrick? Was that even a name? Torres? Patrick Torres. More like I can't say the word. Patrick Torres. I can't say. I want to say what Jabrisi or no, sorry, what Justin Miller called me, right? But I can't say it because YouTube and their hive mind will destroy the stream. Sad Magician says, "What's up, Piggy? You good? Yeah, I'm good. Just talking about a Switch 1 and the controversy in the Penguin Magic chat. I'm gonna do a whole video on that. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna take this part of the stream, and that's gonna be the video tomorrow." I'm not even gonna edit this. I'm just gonna cut it here or cut it where I started talking about the beef, and then maybe, or you know what? I'll add in the stuff, right? I'll add in the different things, and I'll be like, "Oh, look at this." No, I'll fucking do a video, like an actual edited video, testing what is my friend's Focusrite Scarlet 2i2, and seeing if that works. Um, let's see. Hold up. Patrick Torres, more like clitoris, more like clitoris, right? Right there. So this is gonna be great. I can't wait to do that video because that's gonna be a fun one. I hope that both of them. I hope Patrick Torres and Mark Calabrese see the video and they go, "Oh, you don't believe me?" And then they come up to me and they're like, "All right, so you'll be me and I'll be a combination of Patrick Torres and Mark Calabrese coming at me in a convention because of a video I made talking about their beef. You ready? This is how it would look like. Prime comedy, as Boulder Guy says. This is how that's gonna look like. Hey, yo, huh? PigCake? Yeah, nice to meet you. Mark, Patrick Torres. Yeah, I saw your video, buddy. Huh? I saw your video that you made about the beef that I had with Patrick Torres about Christian Grace's level one, switch one, right? I saw that video you made, man. That's not cool, dude. That's not cool, dude. You didn't believe me? You didn't believe me that I would have beef with Patrick Clitoris on this in person? What? You don't think that I'd actually go to his face and say it? I'm at your face right now, huh? And I'm saying it that you're mean, and that's not right. That's how it would end up being, right? Oh boy, Christian's actually my boy. We both live in London. Haven't seen the switch in close up just yet, but there's some beef. There's some beef, Sav Magician. There's some beef about it, which is what I was just talking about. Some weird marketing kerfluffles, right? That's on it. So you see Penguin Magic that they had their whole beef. Their reviews are shitting on it. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think that it's a good thing. That it's a nice thing. Although I think that the people that have a complaint about it are justified because the marketing was very much to the belief that it would be a gimmick that would switch the thing for you, right? That's what I thought it was, and I was very curious about it because you would fucking imagine the thing you have it underneath the wine glass, and maybe you switch it as you pick it up, or maybe the thing switches it in your hand. I thought it was a very novel gimmick. That's what it looked like to me, being a 21 year, almost 22-year Magic virgin. All right, Magic veteran virgin. That's what it seemed like to me. But the Switch looks fucking immaculate, as does the actual what do you call this, quality of the gimmicks that you get. But I agree. I agree with at least some of the iffiness about the marketing of that. What is the female version of Taurus? Clitoris, right? And I choose you, Clitoris. And it's this it's this pussy looking Taurus, just looking like a pussy. Is there a Miss Piggy? If not, what's your scene? If by what's your scene, what do you like? What do I like in terms of females? There's no Miss Piggy now. There's no Miss Piggy. But what's my scene? Man. Uh, well, obviously, I have to go for my height. If not, I have to really work hard. If you're taller, I really have to be aggressively funny in order to get anything that's taller than me. But man, I have a very particular taste. I like, like fucking, I like Latinas. That's my vibe. I like Latinas. I like good hair, right? I like good hair. I'm trying to think of what else I like. Butts, but I rather you could have nothing in terms of front or back, but you have a pretty face and nice hair, and I'm about it. I'm like, yes, yes, namaste, namaste in your vagina. Haha, it's your boy, skinny penis. But that's my type. I like that. I like. I have a Indian women. I like Indian women, right? I like their look. People don't seem to agree with me, but I love the look of Indian women. Um, I think that they're like Mexican women, that they're either tens or zeros. There's no in between when it comes to that. So Mexican women, you're either a 10 and you're the greatest thing in the planet, or you're a zero and you're like not just, oh shit, what is that? My God. Or you're like, oh my God, I want to have that in my life forever. Please be with me. You have to incur a little bit of debt. I'm being upfront with you from the start. I'm short, so our kids are probably going to end up somewhat short. But I'm funny, dude. I'm funny, and I think I'm talented. So please consider. So it's going to be one of those scenarios. But yes, I like all types. I like all types. That's my what you call it? You called it a scene. Jesus fuck, that's hysterical. I never heard a more old timey way to ask me what I enjoy. Boulder guy says one word unibrow. Again, that goes to the face. I like a manicured face, right? So at least manage the eyebrows, manage the. Because look at that, I put effort in my beard. I line it up. What do you call this? I give myself a fade, but I blend it, as the barbers say. Dude, I'm gonna blend it. I blend it. So I blend it myself. Half, I put some effort in this. Believe it or not, I put effort in this. So I expect the same from the scene. Man, that was rough. Don't forget about live chat. Yeah, what do you mean don't forget about live chat? I only go on live chat. Top chat is this dumbest shit in the planet. I hate that YouTube is like, we know what you want. We know what you want. You want a comment section that's completely controlled by us. We did it, Joe. That's what they want. That's what they think you want. No, no, I like live chat. I like unfiltered chat. That's what I want, not the top chat filtered bullshit. Right? Should I get a Kamala Harris one? Right? Should I get a Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris cutout? I feel like I should get one. I think they're expensive though. This for the person that bought this told me he spent $28 on that cutout of Joseph Biden. If I don't want to spend $28 on a fucking Kamala Harris one. God, and that'll be rough to have that here. You know, it's already bad enough that I have this here, and I have to every time I come home, I almost get spooked because I feel like um, the president, the former vice president, is in my house. You know, so I don't know. I don't know if I should get a Kamala Harris one and have the whole set. And if I press the button in the back, she goes, "We did it, Joe." So that's it. I think that's the end of the stream, man. I think that's it. I think it's been a good one. I think we've had some good banter, right? We've talked a lot about stuff. You guys gave me a good video idea, right? Thank you, Rain, right? Rain or shine. I just got it. It's your boy Skinny Penis for giving me the idea for tomorrow's video or reminding me about the idea for tomorrow's video. I was not gonna do it. I didn't want to do it on Switch One because it's so specific. But I could probably give it like a clickbaity title and do it that way. And I think that'll be fun. But that's tomorrow's video. Is going to be Switch One and the controversy behind that. And that's it, man. Usually, I like to give a little bit of advice in the end of my videos, right? You notice this from the other videos that you may or may not have watched, but I like to give a little bit of advice just based on my my lifetime of experience. I don't know what to say here at the end of this video. I mentioned a thing about brushing your teeth. You don't want to rinse your mouth, right? You also don't want to use mouthwash immediately after you brush your teeth. That corrodes your teeth faster, so you don't want to do that. Mind you, it's coming from a guy with terrible teeth, but that's because my parents didn't believe in a dentist. Uh, what advice can I give you, man? If you want to lose weight, be in a caloric deficit, right? That's a good bit of advice. Be in a caloric deficit. Um, Fuck, I'm trying to think, man. I'm trying to think of what else to say here. I don't know, man. Just live your life. Be good. Be nice. You know. If you're gonna lift something, make sure to lift it and to stretch beforehand. You don't kick stuff. I think that's how I got my hernia, like pushing something. And oh, oh, Joe Biden likes kids. Joe